Hey,
Wait,
what's
Bubba,
up,
can you add one more thing?
nerds? Yeah, one more thing. Just one more thing, Jamie. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, what is up, everybody? It is so good to see you here. We're getting ready. It is almost time for you guys to get the new scoring for the new week here at the Minecraft League with Love Thy Nerd, and also with Bubba and Jamie here. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Just bear with us. Yeah, we're doing our best over here. We love you guys so much. But hey, Jamie, what do we got to look forward to here, man?
Oh man, this has been really fun building up to this. Just looking at, the league that we did with you guys last time, and now making some changes, some things that make it a little smoother on our end, which I was not ready for because I'm like, wow, this is actually awesome technology. We're going to, a website that's going to update everything. You can actually already see some stuff on the website. If you haven't looked at it recently, take a look. And then we're going to watch some videos, see some submissions. We don't have time to feature everyone every time, but if you don't get featured, don't worry, your turn's coming. But we're going to have some fun just judging people, because that's what we do. Giving some scores, talking about how we score, what we score, and just hanging out for a bit. Yeah,
it's going to be great. I'm getting a couple of things set up here. But Jamie, kind of walk us through just for a second. What does the scoring actually look like?
Yeah, well, there's 3 categories. There's quality, creativity, and theme. And there's a lot that we think of when we score a build. First of all, who are the judges? Like, I'm different than Bubba. I'm going to be impressed by different things than Bubba is impressed by. So keep in mind, not everything
still easily
is like
impressed. Like, let's not get it twisted here. Like, we're both pretty easily impressed.
We're pretty easily impressed, but somebody goes through a little bit of extra effort to, I don't know, give us a tour of their build using a video, putting us on a minecart, spoiler, a couple people did that, I think. And that's really cool because it makes it immersive for us. Now for me, because I play Minecraft with a 4-year-old who loves minecarts, I'm not as impressed when I sit on a minecart. But it makes it an immersive video. So other judges might be like, this is sweet. It's something that might impress me is something that I see like an artistic flair or an artistic touch that, like, I don't know, like certain color theory that pops out to me. Bubba, I don't know your artistic ability, but he's a graphics designer. He designs all this stuff, but there might be times where one of us is just like, ooh, that's a shiny color I like, so it's like, I don't know.
I've got shiny colors that I like. And those shiny colors are usually magenta and cyan. And so, like,
there you go.
Yeah, you'll see a little bit of that as well this coming week here.
Yeah. I think one thing I'll say real quick is we both enjoy, we both appreciate art, but like probably in different ways, right? Like, I'm not a graphics designer. I don't know. Do you sketch, Bubba? Do you like draw like fantasy creatures and stuff? Like, are you much of a
dude? I used to. I really did. I used to, but not so much anymore. Like, it was one of those things where, like, I have a binder full of all sorts of stuff that I used to do as a kid.
Need to see it someday.
I don't know about all that, but like, I really appreciate other people when they draw really well. And so, like, Jamie, if you guys don't know, Jamie is a really good artist, and he was not so good not that long ago, but has put in a lot of time and effort, and now is like he's a great artist. So he has an eye for that. I have an eye for what I think should be good, what is aesthetically pleasing, but
like design stuff specifically.
Yeah,
it's good. There's times you see things like, even when we're talking like I don't know, not even in the context of Minecraft League, I'm like, Bubba, does this look good? Like,
yeah, we have a lot of those conversations often, actually. Yeah.
No.
No, but hey, we're about to get into all this stuff. I'm just making sure we got everything locked and loaded. Don't want anybody to feel left out or anything here. But if you guys have any questions, or maybe you're like, oh man, dang it, I got it in late. Am I going to be okay? just go ahead and ask that here in the chat. We are live. Everything is happening right now. So if you have any questions, please feel free to do that right now. And also, don't forget, we want you guys to get in and be a part of the Discord. LoveThyNerd.com/MCL has got all that information. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But you can join the Discord from there. You can talk about the builds that you're doing. You can talk about all of the really interesting techniques that you may or may not be using in your builds. I like to see conversations like that, Jamie. I don't know about you, but like when people are getting together and they're talking about how do I make this do what it need to do?
Yeah, I think one thing I'd say to that is like this is a contest, but also it's a community, So like if you build something and someone's like, "Hey, I'd really like to do this thing I saw you do last time." "Oh yeah, let me teach you how to do that. Let me show you how to do that." I think there's like a lot of humility in that. I think there's a lot of like camaraderie in that, even if it's cross teams. Like we're building a community. It's really fun. And if that's not your jam, that's cool too. If you're like, I'm gonna go full on competitive mode, well, that's awesome. There is going to be a winner, but also it's more about the community experience. And to that, I'll say one more thing about the scoring real quick, Bubba. And that is something I said throughout the entire, anytime we do Minecraft scoring or league, I remind people like, we're not looking to destroy people's souls by giving them certain scores. And we're also not trying to make people feel like they're perfect, even though there's maybe room to grow. So just be ready. Like if you hear something like, "Oh, they didn't like this," or "Oh, they really liked that, but they didn't give it a 10. Why?" Because we're not just throwing out 10s like we're, like we're children. It's we're putting thought into this, but we're also not like, we're not professional judges. We are right now. We are putting on our professional judges hat. But like we're not. We're here to have a good time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. And so just keep that in mind. Like this is a lot about the fun. There will be a winner. We are going to talk about that a lot. But we're here to have a good time. So don't be shocked if like there's a build that's like ridiculously better or ridiculously worse than the rest, and the scores aren't super far apart. Like because that's not what we're trying to do.
No. And you guys are lucky because Jamie and I aren't building. And so like you're not going to see some of those abysmal scores. You guys are all so much better than we are. Case in point, we're going to be looking at a build today that, or are we looking at it? There was a build this week that was completely destroyed, right? Two of them that were completely destroyed. One world like got deleted. And the other one had an accident. Maybe we'll talk about that one here in just a little bit.
We should talk about it.
But hey, let's go ahead and get into it because you guys aren't here to listen to the Bubba and Jamie podcast. You guys are here to see your builds. You're here to see what other people did. But hey, Jamie did mention this before we get started here. Let's go ahead and pull this up. This week is World Traveler. Okay, that was the theme for this week. And you guys were supposed to have gotten all of your builds in by midnight. We did have a couple of teams that weren't able to do that. Hey, if that was you, don't worry about it. Get back on the horse this week. We'll talk about what the theme for next week is at the end of the stream. We'll put it in the server. It'll be on the website, LoveThyNerd.com/MCL. But you guys did a fantastic job with this week's build, and we want to look at some of those. But Jamie, if we didn't get a chance to feature the builds, where can they go to check those things out?
Cool. Where can you go? Yes, you can go to LoveThyNerd.com/MCL. You will see all of them populated there. If you just scroll down a tad and you see there'll be a bunch of different things. The scores will be updated soon. And of course, the builds right here, you can look through those and see what other people did. Yeah, it's I'm not sure if there's any descriptions they add in there. You can read their descriptions too, right?
Yeah, they added some descriptions.
Yeah. So you can read through like what was going on in their minds. Yeah.
Gave them a little spot there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. Good. It's going to auto-populate and update. You guys can look through the different weeks as we get there, and then check out all the submissions at the end. And this is going to stay up. So, I mean, if you guys are interested, you want to go back, get some inspiration, please feel free to do that. But if we don't feature your build, I promise you, it's not because we thought it was stupid or that we don't like you as human beings or anything like that. It's just we only have so much time to get through so many things, and we want to make sure that we do well. All right,
And
Jamie.
we might be able to get to a more once we get the hang of this, right?
Let's not make promises we can't keep. All right, it's just like, come on, man. I'm trying to create allowances for us to do less, and you want to do more. It's just a whole thing. Nah, y'all that know him,
we just bank on Jamie making 20 minutes of mistakes. So,
dude, here's the thing. Somebody said in the chat, yeah, I'd listen to a Bubba and Jamie podcast. Well, here's a piece of it. We were about to go live. I mean, I'm about to click the go live button. We're already 10 minutes late. Jamie's like, oh man, can I don't want to ask you to do one more thing. And he did because he's Jamie and I love him. But hey, you guys that know Jamie, you understand this guy. I told him you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky, like just one of those things. Well, hey, let's get into the builds. We got 4 videos. All right. So I'm just going to put this out there. Those of you that are recording videos, you have a more likely chance to get featured, maybe not just shown, but like featured here on the live stream. And so do your best. If you need help with that, reach out in the Discord, right? At least these 4 teams that did that, they can kind of walk you through maybe some of the process that they did in order to get their videos. But I will tell you, videos are a much more engaging medium for a live stream than still pictures. And so send us a video if you're at all able, but let's go ahead and get into it. This first one here, these are just good. We're going to loop them until we're done talking about them. First one here is Legends. Let's take a look at Legends.
Legends. Man, I want to watch the chat. That's what I want to watch because I've seen these. I'm like, I want to see how people respond.
Yeah. What does everybody else think? I know what I think. What does everybody else think? They got a nice little background music going on here.
I know. Yeah,
we're in a library.
Look at that. The scale of that is huge.
Yeah, I was trying to think about what the scale of that actually is. This is gonna loop. Don't worry about it. I was trying to think about what the scale actually was. Like, how big is a brick? Like, what am I actually looking at? I'm not a Minecrafter. All right, I don't craft the binds, as it were, but I can appreciate this. It's huge. And
imagine like a little dude standing next to it. Like maybe next time that would be a cool thing to add. One picture of just like
Steve next.
To all of you to see if you build something big, so we can see the scale. Just add one picture of like a little person standing there. Look at those little boats on the ground though. Like that's crazy.
It's absolutely wild.
Yeah.
So it seems fitting for us to kind of go through and talk about kind of what we saw in these things and then how we scored them. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Jamie, you said you were looking at scale. You're looking at a couple of different things here. What stood out to you in this build?
Seriously, how ginormous it is. Honestly, the little jar that the pen quill is in, that the ink is in, the ink jar.
Yeah.
Like the shape of that, like it's really cool. I feel like the way they did like I'm looking at the stuff on the table, you know, because
oh yeah, dude.
The globe is obviously what gets your attention. You see the books, and then the letter, like there's just, it's not words. You don't have words, but it's like implied that there are words. And I just like implied things in art, like when it's just like, oh, that's, I don't know, maybe those are words, maybe, but it's just like they did a good job of implying that it's words. For the sake of just, I'm gonna do this with every build because it's the way I operate. And anybody that knows me in real life, this is how I am as a person. I'm always looking for just what more. And I think only one thing that I'm looking at this, like, man, if you just did one little thing, it would have been another thing that caught my eye. I'm pretty sure, unless they spent like 7 million hours, I'm pretty sure they built one bookshelf and then copied it, which is actually great.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very productive way to do it.
Yeah.
But even if you just had a couple other variances of bookshelves, so it wasn't the same. There is a pattern there that is appealing, but I also think that it would have done a little for me if there was like a book falling out or like but they already did so much detail that like I know that like what can you really do in a week? That's not necessary, right? But that's how my brain works, you know. Is like where are repeated patterns that could maybe be adjusted a little bit. But I mean, this is, I'll tell you this, I gave out the way I score on a kind of on a curve for a more just fun league that has a competitive flair. The way I'm gonna score, you'll see I'm gonna give 3 10s out throughout the entire time. I give 110 for a quality, 110 for a creativity, and 110 for a theme. And this, I'll just spoil. They got a 10. They got one of my 3 10s. So this is an excellent build. But I'm glad you started because I gave. Do I just tell my scores right now, Bubba?
Yeah, I mean you're already going down the line. So let's
here's
just
the thing.
happen.
So for quality, again, I gave an 8 on quality. Okay. Reason for that is there were just again, I'm looking at all the builds collectively. You guys might be seeing this going, oh wow, this is a 10 quality. It's pretty freaking good. But I would say there's just a couple things that a couple other builders did that caught my eye for quality. Creativity, I did an 8. I actually really like the aesthetic of this. I like the vibe of this. Like it's not you're actually traveling the world. This is I see it as this is the office of a world traveler, which is actually really awesome. But for theme, I gave it a 10 on theme because man, no one else went that approach of like the office of a world traveler. Like no one else did that. Like this, everyone else did like, oh, we're going somewhere in the world. So I think that was just a different look at the theme. So 8 and a 10. There we go. Those are my scores, Bubba.
Dude, that's awesome. I also gave it an 8 on quality. I thought that this was just absolutely beautiful. You're gonna see and understand this from me because again, I don't Minecraft, but I can appreciate it. I see when my kids do it, I can help them figure out how to get to create the nether portal and stuff like that. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, like that's an easy 8. Like we're stretching at an 8 right now. I would have liked to have seen it bigger, right? Like to create more space. I feel like if I'm actually sitting around this table, I'm a cramped human being. And so like quality is great. But again, same thing with you on the bookshelves. Like I would have liked to have seen something on the books. We tried to do the words on the page that's on the table. But we didn't try to do that on the books. And I would have liked to seen that or like some pictures or something like that. So I gave that an 8 for quality. Creativity, I also gave it an 8 because, again, nobody else did this. This is the only library that we see in the whole dang thing. And it kind of gives it that Indiana Jones kind of flair and vibe for me. And I'm here for that. Just absolutely loved it. And that, man, this is the one where I saw Jamie's scores and I was like, I'm an absolute monster. I gave it a 7 on theme. And here's the thing. I thought about changing that last minute after seeing Jamie's scores. And I'm like, no, I'm going to be integral about this. Not because, I have anything against Legends, because I don't. I love you guys. This is fantastic. Keep it up. But some of the things that I would have liked to have seen was a little bit more world travel-y things, right? Maybe there's something on the desk that is a trinket or a souvenir from your travels around the world. Or, if you've got a globe like this, maybe there are the little dotted lines and the X's or pins of places where the person might have traveled, or a little plane that is flying around. Just the little themes, little things that kind of hint towards the theme. That's kind of what I'm looking for personally. But man, this is absolutely fantastic. I did 8, and a 7, and we'll tally all those things up at the end. They'll be on the website. You'll be able to see all that. But Legends, oh my gosh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
This is really good.
Yeah, you guys did wonderful, and I can't wait to see what you do next time. All right, let's move on to our next one here. Next one is Video Game Ministry Builders. Check them out.
Yeah.
This is that minecart stuff.
Just the immersiveness is just so cool,
dude.
I'll watch it through once.
yeah, same.
I have so much I want to. Okay, I'm gonna say something because if there was a score for like how much fun did you have doing this,
Oh yeah.
I bet they had
fun.
so much fun doing this. Oh man, that's so sick.
There are so many things about the Minecraft build process that blow my mind, and fireworks are one of them. You guys are probably like, Bubba, that's just like the easiest thing that anybody could do in Minecraft. I don't know that. It's so cool. I love seeing action and like automation and stuff like that. It blows my mind. All right, Jamie, let's walk through the build, man.
Okay, so this is VGM.
Yes, sir.
On quality, I gave an 8 to them as well. Again, there's a lot of quality stuff here. I think a lot of the quality that I see is just how they did the buildings, how they did the designs. Like they have a really good eye for some of that stuff. Something that you'll notice with some other teams. So if you look at the ground, like here, the ground is really diverse. There's flowers, there's grass. Like it's you feel like you're somewhere. Then here again, the jungle. If you notice when we go through like the desert place, like it would be like, I don't know if it was Egypt or the Middle East, but there's like not a lot of like beaten path. Like here, it's just a lot of like blank space. So like to me, this is amazing. What am I gonna do? Sit here and dog on this? No, this is a competition. Let's find something. And it's like I gotta think like that. That's the Mount Rushmore, kind of thing is so cool.
Dude.
But yeah, like when you come in here to the desert place, this is just an example. Like there would be, like little rocks and pebbles. So like something you could do, you can take a shovel and do like different paths or like different color of dirt, different things, just make it look like the road is used, you'll see that like, there are some teams that do that, just like how to make a variation of paths in Minecraft, some little subtle things that catch our eye, but the boat is so cool. So quality, I gave an 8. Hey, here's the deal. I told you I gave a 10, 110 for each category. They got my 10 for creativity, straight up. Like, yeah. And you know what? If they didn't, and maybe it was their presentation, maybe it was the fact that they just put us on a minecart, let us do it. First impression, it just gave me a really good first impression. Like, hey, let's start in the desert, go through an American flag, and see America, and then we go through it and we see other parts of the world, right? I'm like, that's creative, man. And like for creativity, this did it. And then for me, the theme here, I gave them an 8. I do feel like they followed the theme, but I feel like they followed the theme, right? There was like previous legends. There was a little bit of flair to like how they did that. They did this like, again, the office of a world traveler. Here we're traveling the world, which is really cool. Yeah. So 8 for quality, 10 for creativity, 8 for theme.
Dude, that's awesome. Again, I'm an absolute monster, and I promise to be less of a monster. Jamie's gonna change me. He's gonna soften my little heart here.
I'll be a more monster next week to even it out.
Yeah, you be a bigger monster. I'll be a smaller monster, and we'll get through it. I gave him a 7 on quality. But like, I want to stop right here. I paused it because you mentioned the Mount Rushmore, and I thought for me, this was the coolest thing of the whole dang build. Is that it's like a chicken. I'm guessing that's a chicken on the left. I don't know if you paused it and looked at any of the stuff, but like when I saw that, it's like it's a chicken. It's Steve. It's a creeper and then a pig. I don't know what that thing is on the right hand side.
The dog or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. But the reason I gave a 7 on quality is because I feel like there could have been like right there, with the Statue of Liberty. I feel like there could have been a little bit more detail that was put into some of these things. I felt like the Alamo was kind of a little small. So some of the things that could have been bigger, I feel like should have been bigger and a little bit more detailed. But don't take that as I just need to spend 15 hours doing this thing. No. Yeah. I'm just looking for the things, like the boat. I actually didn't see the boat the first time around when I watched it. And maybe that's something too, is like when you're going through and you're doing the video, maybe spend a little bit more time looking at some of those spaces that you want us to actually see, because we're not in the world. We're just hanging out. But 7 on quality. Creativity, 9. Easy 9. Like this just was absolutely bonkers of an idea that I don't have to guess like where we are. like I am the world traveler. And so like that's the kind of thing that I want. I'm huge on experiences, and so if I can have an experience in the build, I'm gonna score it high every single time. And the theme, 9. I mean, again, like we said, it's world traveler, and I'll be danged if we ain't going through the world traveling. And so big shout outs to you guys. Like, this is fantastic. I absolutely loved every single piece of it, and like you guys know how to Minecraft, and it shows beyond a shadow of a doubt. So good job. Can't wait to see what you guys do next week.
Woo. I love it. Oh, a shout out to the signs and stuff they did too, of like LTN stuff in the background, MCL.
I'm a big shill. Like if I see the LTN logo somewhere, you're gonna get a high score on something. So keep them coming. I'm a big fan. All right, the next one that we got here is note blocks. Those custom logos that were made in the server.
Yeah, man. Ah, geez. I know that you first watch something, you give it a score, and then you get in here,
you watch it
again,
look
at it, and you're like, man, should I change my score?
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because this is one of the ones that you submitted 2 on. So I can't wait to see how you actually score this. You might change it in the moment.
Again, like it's yeah. This is hard. It's not an easy job to be a judge. It's not. It's
all right,
it's
Jamie.
crazy.
What are you seeing, man?
Okay, so I'll start with quality, obviously, and here's the deal. I no disclaimers. I gave quality a 7. Okay, now the reason I gave quality a 7 is there are some pictures that are sent where you look at this from afar, and I feel like maybe the pictures from afar didn't do it justice, because watching the video, you're in it and you're like, this is really good quality. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like if I just look at the website and I look at a couple pictures that are submitted, it's like, think about how those pictures that you take. I see things like the candy cane. Okay. The candy cane is like solid red and white. Really great. I see, houses and builds, and even the floor, like how you did the floor, you did what I asked for, some different like texturing with the floor and stuff. So I don't know what to say on the quality. It's really good. This is just really hard, because there are some people in this competition where quality is like their shtick. They can make a house and it looks like the craziest house you've ever seen, right? And other people can make a house and, oh, that's a house. I feel like this is a lot of really cool things. Like the presents are awesome. Like there's a lot of individual awesome things. The one thing that I think is the best quality in here, the Eiffel Tower that they did, I think at some point is like, right? Isn't it toward the end? There. Yeah, this right here is like beautiful. That's really
I would have liked to have
churches,
seen a little bit more of that.
Yeah. It's like some things are like, hey, let's put a candy cane here to put a candy cane here. Other times it's like, hey, we're going to spend a good amount of time on making this one building really high quality, and the other stuff will just make it look like it's a thing, So I think that like choose carefully like what you make really high detailed and what you make a little more simple. But it's hard to knock on any of this really, because it's all awesome. Man. For creativity, I gave them a 9. Again, knowing that I only gave one 10 for each category, getting a 9, that's about as good as it can get. Very creative. And then the theme, I gave them an 8. I don't think that they're doing a whole lot wrong here. I think
nope.
Yeah, it's so hard. We're looking at other builds, trying to see where other people are, and this is really good. I don't have a whole lot to say other than this was probably the hardest one for me to score. And I like also Santa in the air. Like there was a picture there's a picture that showed the Santa Claus like with the sleigh. So just remember like posting the right things is better. Like give us like certain angles that let us see what you want us to see, and then other things can be in the background subtly. But I don't know what to say other than this one's pretty awesome as well. This is the hardest one for me to score.
Dude, I'm with you. I loved it. I thought that this was really great. Starting at the North Pole Christmas town or however you want to look at that. Like, and Love Thy Neighbor in the background. Like, how do you say no to that? Like, it's so great. You know, LTN at the happiest place in the world. Like, it's so good.
This guy.
But like, again, you took me on a journey. I'm not just stagnant. I'm moving through places. I'm seeing things. I'm experiencing different parts of the world, and the flags were a fantastic touch. Like, absolutely 100% fantastic. I agree with everybody in the chat that's talking about the Japanese section being one of their favorite, because you can tell that that's a place that you all took a lot of time and energy and effort. Some of the things had some stuff and then you moved past it, and that's really great. But you can see where you stopped and spent a little bit more time. And I just want to let you know that I see that. I see you. All right. So my scores: quality. Okay. Make sure I'm on the right people here. Quality. I gave you an 8. Scored a little bit higher than Jamie. Don't want to brag, but I think that, like, I really appreciated the variety and especially things like those detailed areas kind of spoke to me in huge ways. Creativity, I gave you a 9. I'm lockstep with Jamie on that one. I just think that, like, the way that you did things, it wasn't flat. You took us up staircases and down and around, and I loved I don't know where we are with all the lights shooting out of the top here, but I'm here for it. That seems like a really happy place to be on Earth as well. I just think it was really cool, and you guys were being real creative on that. And then the theme, it's hard not to give this a 9. You took me through the world. You made it feel just a rave party. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. You just took us through, and we were travelers, and really that's kind of the stuff that we're looking for. I don't have a whole lot more to say on that other than great job. And again, I say this with everyone, I cannot wait to see what you guys do in the next one. But that was those were my scores. All right, no blocks, appreciate you, thank you. All right, next we have the Mountain Goats.
Yeah, I think this is like their 3rd time participating in a Minecraft league, maybe their 2nd time.
Yeah, I mean, give 100, give or take.
Yeah, this one,
dude. Like,
I don't think I want to be a judge anymore.
What do you even what do you even say about something like this? You know, like, I don't even know. I don't know. What do you say? Like, it's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild.
So here's the thing. If you, okay, I was about to say, somebody's going to guess this. Mikey, yes, this is Stargate. Yes, this is Stargate. Can we read their description, Bubba? Do we have access to that? Do you want me to?
I do. I have the technology.
Yeah. Let me see.
I just got to pull it up here.
I might go. You got
Mountain
You're
Goats.
doing all this.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Cool.
So they said, we decided to do a build inspired by Stargate movie and SG-1, the TV show. It included the command center on Earth and the pyramid on Abydos. 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 You guys, real ones know, right? With a few extra surprises. Had a problem making the video this time, but then they resubmitted the video, which is what you're watching right now. So,
yeah, this is just nuts.
Absolutely nutty. I mean,
okay,
you first.
So I'm giving them 9s across the board. Well, I'm giving them 9s across the board. Okay.
Okay, I'll just leave that up then. Yeah.
So 9, 9, 9. Okay. 9 quality, 9 creativity, 9 theme.
Abydos.
For theme,
okay.
I'm a little torn on theme because it's world travel. Or Stargate is about traveling to different worlds. Like, come on, that's pretty cool. But it's also like not what we meant, but like also good job playing with what we meant.
Yeah,
right?
I
like,
mean, not
like
what we meant. Yeah.
That's like it's almost exactly what we meant. I'm traveling worlds. Okay. So let me see. Inside of the pyramid here, the walls. To me, I think this is where I could have gone for a 10 on quality. Same with the ground here. Same thing. It's just not textured. It's just flat. Again, it's Minecraft, right? Yes, but like there are ways that you can even maybe in one part of the wall use like stairs instead of just flat blocks, and it will make it look like it has a thin groove in it, right? Like all the way around. Just add some sort of texturing to the walls on the inside. I'm getting nitpicky here, basically saying here's why
this is what we're here for.
One of my 10s. Yeah, it didn't get one of my 10s, but it got 9s. I mean, I don't think anybody would disagree. Some people might be like, nah, it just needs 10s. I understand. I'm looking for what I think to be the best quality build, the best creative build, the best thematic build. I'm looking for those 3 things. The single best, and then there's a lot of people that are a very close second, but I'm only giving 110 of each of those. Again, I'm scoring on a curve. I'm letting you on the inside of what's going on in my brain, but this is awesome. I mean, I feel like this is a world I'd want to play in, you know, like this is a world I'd want to be like, hey, I want to dork around here and see what's going on.
It just never really worked out for them to go to these places, right? Like in the movie and in the show, like
what's funny is like I didn't it never really worked out. Yeah, okay, that's fair. No, I would not want to. In a video game, yes. Real life,
and look, there are mountain goats.
There are actual mountain goats. That's also hilarious. And a mountain sheep. They're inclusive.
All are welcome at our table here, yeah. And look, LTN made it in there. Look at that.
Oh, man. I love it.
All right, you did 9s across the board. All right, me. Yeah. Man, I was absolutely blown away. I just want to say, okay? I just want to say that I realize that is not a working Stargate, okay? And that's all right. If you were able to do that in Minecraft, I might have given you 15s, okay? But it's totally good, all right? Not worried about that at all. That being said, I did give the quality an 8 for a lot of the same reasons that Jamie did. It's not that it was bad in any way, shape, or form. That's not it. I just, especially in this area we're at right now, we're outside the pyramid, it's just a lot of sand. And I know that you're staying true to the source material. That's great. Suspend our disbelief just a little bit. Like add some things that will give a little bit of texture, a little bit of pop, a little bit of something to it. Doesn't need to be color, but it could be extra people or things or whatever. What is this music? I have no idea. It's Minecraft is what it is. It just says Minecraft. So, here, I'll change it for you. There you go. But anyway, I want to see a little bit more out of the creativity. That's the quality rather. That's all. Creativity, I gave it a 9, right? Because again, it's like, man, we told you guys to do World Traveler, which you would think this is his theme. But you stepped outside of that, right? You stepped outside of that and you said, hey, I'm going to reinterpret what you mean by world traveler. That's so creative. And those are the kind of things that Minecraft is built for. So thank you for that. Gave you a 9. And then theme, I only gave out 110 this week. And it's in this. And so like a big round of applause. I like to be surprised. I like to have this face when I'm looking at these things when nobody else is looking at me. Like I want to smile big. I want to smile wide. I want to enjoy the things that are happening. And I have a really weird, like very small, almost forgotten nostalgic part of my brain for Stargate. And you brought it back. And so I gave you a 10 on theme because nobody else did this. I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. So I did 8, 9, and 10. I think that it averages out to the same thing that Jamie did with 9s across the board. But hey, at the end of the day, chef's kiss, way to go. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Man, and
that's really good.
That's what we're looking at this week. Again, if you didn't have a chance to go and look at the things that we have here, you can just go to the website, check out all the builds.
Do we have, I know we wanted to end at 10. We started a little late. I want to look at two things if that's okay here.
Yeah,
okay?
you do.
I just want to show teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, here's the thing. 4-year-olds, amazing. Love you guys. One of them is my daughter, so I'm a little biased. There's a little history here.
A little bit. It's a little biased, yeah.
They had built this like beautiful botanical garden, and my daughter decided that lava would be a good accent to the botanical garden, and then she went a little crazy with it. So if we were to show you this botanical garden, it would be post Frodo throwing the ring into Mordor kind of status. It was, but like in Mordor, not in Hobbiton. It was awful. There's lava everywhere. So you get to see this.
Oh, so this is
beautiful
before
castle. No, this is.
Oh, this is after.
This is
okay.
This is a different thing completely. She's like, Dad, just take a picture of something else. And I was like, okay. But yeah, she likes cats. I don't know if you caught on to that.
Yeah, meow. Absolutely.
She likes cats. So you don't get to see their previous garden. It's just a pile of lava. But I do want to give a shout out to my other
description
10.
here.
Yeah, you can look through all these.
Out. Yeah.
But hey, I want to give a shout out to my other 10 honeybees. I gave them a 10 for quality. You'll see the scores fully updated later. Guys, they made this island. I would have loved a video going through this because I feel like there's not a single location on this island that doesn't look beautiful. There's one, this is kind of what they do all the time. They have a duck and they have a picture of them standing on it. It's super cute. There's one, the floating islands are awesome. Go to the house, like where it's like looking the top right. You can see these like residential places. And then in the top right, you see the Zeppelin like flying there. That's just a good shot. And look at the ground. See how it's textured? It's like, it's a beaten path. Like stuff like this, just like, man, it is artsy fartsy. Like that's what I think of when I look at this. I'm like, this is like some crazy, like on something really cool. Just look here. Like I think
so honeybees.
Every block is thought about. Yeah.
Honeybees. You said you gave them a 10?
On quality. Yeah.
You need to go update that, my guy.
Do I? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We can just go ahead and talk about them and score them real quick since we've got them pulled up. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. So, Jamie, you're saying you gave him a 10 on quality.
I gave him 10. I gave him creativity. I'm giving a 9, and then theme I'm giving a 9. Again, I think what I like about the theme here is it's like their own world they created, right? They are travelers in their own world that they created. I just think that the way some people did the theme was just a little more. Again, there's a little more, I think, room for there. But like quality, like it looks like every single block that they placed was well thought out. I feel like there's not a single block that was just like, we need this color to fill some space. No, like... This is crazy. This is crazy to me. So 10, 9, 9.
Yeah. For me, I end up scoring them just 9s across the board. And so like the thing that I was thinking about here is that this feels like Avatar to me, like a whole brand new world that I'm not privy to. And then the LTN air balloon, you guys know what's up. Like you guys get it. You understand. But like, again, taking this idea of what it actually means to interpret the themes that we give you, not live in these boxes. I think that is important, and I want you guys to break as much of our brains as you're possibly able to do. This shot here, I left it up earlier because I just think that it's absolutely wonderful. Like it's so colorful that I can't not look at it with the sun rising or setting behind it. I'm not actually sure. The Zeppelin in the background, like it feels like Avatar or a planet on Destiny or something like that for me. And so 9s across the board, quality, creativity, and theme. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. So if you need any inspiration whatsoever, do yourself a favor and head on over to lovethynerd.com/MCL. Look at those builds. And again, hop in the Discord, ask questions, do that stuff. People would love to talk to you a little bit more about their process and why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah,
Just think it's
and
cool.
there's other really good builds there. We just can't do them all every time. So if you didn't get it this week, you'll get it next week. Don't worry, or the next week. Like there's 3 weeks of it. You're gonna get featured. This is hard. It's not easy to be. It's not easy to choose.
And
so,
I mean, I'm gonna put this out there. Honeybees, do us a favor. Send us that logo that you made. We'd love to be able to put that on your stuff and feature that in your space on the site and in the server. So. Hey, Jamie, that was this week. And all those scores and more for anybody who has submitted anything will be posted on the site, lovethanernerd.com/MCL. So make sure that you go and checking that out regularly. But what about next week? What's our theme for next week?
That's right. I want to make sure that I get it right because we have 2, and I want to make sure we're on the same page here. I just sent you a message. If I said this wrong, that would be super.
You did.
Something.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The theme for this week is Winter Wonderland. Some of you already scratched the surface of that because it's like that. We're going to that holiday Christmas season, whatever holiday you land yourself in. I think Bubba and I were both Christmas people. Hey, we like the Santa Christmas. We really like the Jesus Christmas, the one that we believe it's all about. But if you want to represent different parts of what winter means to different people around the world, that'd be really cool too. That'd be awesome. But Winter Wonderland, go crazy.
It is Winter Wonderland, not Christmas theme. You can go in either direction. Okay, you can go in or any of 100,000 different directions. But I just want to let you know it is Winter Wonderland. So however you want to interpret that, please feel free to do so. You can go very literal, or you can go absolutely bonkers crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do.
But all of your builds are due by midnight on December the 14th. And do us a favor.
What time zone?
And their time zone.
Okay.
Just, midnight that night. And do us a favor. If you can get them in before that, that's perfect. I know everybody wants to build up into the last moment, and that's really great. But if you can get them in beforehand, that gives us more time to prepare on our end. Maybe the stream happens on time. Next week, we're talking a little bit about maybe doing a different day or a different time for the stream. We'll let you know. I have a wedding that I need to be at, and I apologize about that. I'm not sorry I need to be at a wedding, but just that it'll be different for you guys. But we want to make sure that you guys get your stuff in by the deadline. There are a couple of teams that did miss the deadline and haven't submitted anything at all. Just go ahead and submit something anyway. It's probably good for your score if you do that. You don't want zeros. So, but hey, Winter Wonderland, can't wait. You guys are going to get sick and tired of hearing me saying this. I cannot wait to see what you guys build next week, this coming week. Show us something new. Show us something that it's different, right? Like something we haven't seen before. Maybe another aspect or a module or a texture pack or something like that inside of Minecraft that we haven't seen. Wow us.
Yeah. And you can use features in Minecraft. Use some redstone, use some command blocks. Like get creative if you want. Like just try something. You don't have to, but Jamie,
I think I'm gonna throw this out there. I think there's music blocks
in
Minecraft.
Okay.
And if memory serves me correctly, this is a time of year that has pretty specific music to it.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. It's totally fine. Maybe that finds its way into it. I don't know. We'll see.
I love it. Hint taken. One of their teammates is going to spend the entire week making a song in Minecraft.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you what, like if as you're like doing things with your team, find jobs for people. If they're like, hey, you're song guy or you're Mount Rushmore or whatever, like that's a good use of team building techniques and aspects rather than saying, let's all try and do completely different things. Like find ways for your team to work in their flow and the thing that they're just absolutely banger good at. And if you got somebody who can do music, I don't know, like a DJ, I don't know what's up, but figure it out.
Can I give one more plug here? Throughout the week, guys, be sure to check the Minecraft League Discord. Notice that last week, Mikey did some sort of like a hangout on there, just getting people in. I know that for those that are interested, Satellite Gaming runs a youth night on Tuesday nights called The Rift, where we're going to be doing Minecraft themed We're going to be doing Minecraft themed Bible discussions. I know that's not what MCL is all about, but it's a way for you to learn what these other communities that are a part of MCL are all about. We call them micro events. Some of them are just, hey, come and show us how your build is going. Come talk ideas. Come have fun. Some of them are, hey, let's learn and talk a little bit. And I know that Christian Influence, you can see their logo on the bottom here. They have something else going on too. So just be sure to stay tuned for what those micro events are all about. Okay. And here's one of our competitors right here.
Well, that gets her 10s. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
I just want to give that plug. Thanks, Bubba. Sorry.
No, I think that's fantastic. Again, we can't push enough. Like, these streams are one time a week, and that's it. But everything else is happening in Discord. And so go to lovethynerd.com/MCL. You can join the Discord from there, or ask somebody here in the chat. We can give you a link, send you that way. When you get there, you're going to want to talk to Mikey Noodles. He's the one that is taking care of all that stuff for us. He answers all the questions. Every now and again, Jamie and I will pop in and we'll say a little something there. But for the most part,
and Mikey will correct our wrong answers.
100%. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, do whatever you want. No, don't do that. Yeah. We want to be here for you and be the faces of this stuff. But when you get to Discord, Mikey's going to be your guy. So make sure that you're talking to him and asking him all your questions. Jamie, I don't know. I don't got anything else, dude. I think that we have made it all the way to the end of the stream.
Oh man, we made it. We landed. I'm excited to see Winter Wonderland, and love you guys tons. Yeah,
hey guys, we'll catch you next week. We'll let you know exactly when, but don't forget, all of your builds are due by midnight on December the 14th, your time zone. We're not going to try and police that too hard. But if no one else tells you this, just remember it's true. Jesus loves you, nerds. Bye-bye.
Bye.